I'm Afrida Rahman Ali. With me is Paranjoy Guha Thakurta, who's a documentary filmmaker, author, and publisher. In fact, Paranjoy's documentary on Maharashtra elections, where he is going to publish data on how the polls were stolen, is going to come out soon. And this is a topic that Paranjoy has pursued passionately. His question to the chief election commissioner earlier has gone viral on social media. Paranjoy, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Afrida.
To give context, shall I play out that little clip of you asking this very vital question?
आखिरी सवाल है कि महाराष्ट्र में जो 40 लाख नया वोटर आए हैं और लोग कह रहे हैं कि पहला बार महाराष्ट्र के इतिहास में, भारतवर्ष के इतिहास में वोटर ज्यादा और 18 साल उम्र के लोग कम और 5 बजे के बाद बहुत लोग वोट दिया। तो ये सारे जवाब मुख्यमंत्री देवेंद्र फडणवीस दे रहे, राजनीतिक दल का नेता दे रहे, चुनाव आयोग अभी तक खामोश थे, क्यों?
So did you get your answers to this? And plus, I want to, of course, highlight here that this is the most vital part of it all, that why is the BJP, the political party, answering on behalf of the election commission? But there you were, the election commission was willing to take questions and answer those questions. So did you get your answer to that?
No. Your viewers are most welcome to see the entire proceedings of the press conference. They are available on the website of the Election Commission of India. It started at about 3 p.m. on Sunday and it got over around 4:30. Please see for yourself, view it for yourself. I don't think the Chief Election Commissioner Gyanesh Kumarji answered these questions. He answered the question about why his response was why there were 40 lakh new voters in Maharashtra in 5 months, why they were added. He said if people are complaining about it, they should have done it earlier when the time came for the finalization of the voter rolls, when the time came after the elections. Why are they complaining now, more than 8 months after the elections are over? That was his response. He did not respond to the question about whether there are more voters in Maharashtra than people eligible to vote. He did not respond as to why the Chief Minister, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, and other representatives and spokespersons of political parties were responding, whereas these questions were directed towards the Election Commission of India. These
but he did respond about how a person has been registered in multiple states doesn't mean he's voting in multiple states. That part he did say, that it is possible to be registered, but you can't be voting. It's illegal.
Absolutely correct. So these were not questions that one didn't get answers to. Yes, he gave technical answers as to the difference between what is machine readable, what is machine searchable. He said within 56 hours of the order of the Supreme Court of India on the 14th of August, this have been made public. The question is, why didn't you do it earlier? That's a separate question, to which Mr. Gyanesh Kumar at least did not reply. Now, the issue of people with multiple epic cards, of the same epic card being given to people in different states, people voting multiple times, those are separate issues. The point is, you are dealing with a situation which has never happened before. Remember, you had a new voter list that was prepared after the special summary revision that took place on the 6th of January. I'm talking about Bihar, only Bihar. Now, on the 24th of June, you announced the new special intensive revision. Now you're saying there are 15 more days left, roughly 2 weeks left before you can make all the corrections. After the first voter roll was published, you had 65 lakh omissions. It was only after the Supreme Court ordered you, that is the Election Commission of India, to release this data, that the data came out. Yes, it came out 56 hours after that. There are all kinds of questions he did not answer.
What did he actually, what did he answer? Let's listen into a small clip, Paranjoy. I mean, I'm coming back to you. Also putting in Rahul Gandhi's bit opinion, so we get the full picture.
आपकी जमीन उठा के ले जाते हैं, जो भी कंपनी चाहते हैं ले जाते हैं, और अब जो आपका हक है, जो आपको संविधान देता है, जो आखिरी चीज बची है गरीबों के हाथ में, वोट, वो भी आपके हाथ से वो छीनने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। और खुलेआम बिना डरे इलेक्शन कमीशन के लोग कहते हैं कि हाँ हम करेंगे, हम वोटर काटेंगे, हम वोटर जोड़ेंगे और हम आपको बताएंगे नहीं, हम आपको वोटर लिस्ट नहीं दिखाएंगे, क्या कर लोगे? मैं आपको बताता हूं क्या कर लेंगे। आप देखना, जनता की शक्ति हम आपको दिखाने जा रहे हैं, बिहार की शक्ति हम आपको दिखाने जा रहे हैं।
अगर आरोप 1.5 लाख मतदाताओं का हो तो क्या बिना किसी सबूत के, बिना किसी हलफनामे के 1.5 लाख मतदाताओं को नोटिस जारी कर दिया जाए? क्या ये न्याय संगत होगा?
So what is the answer to that, Paranjoy? ये न्याय संगत होगा? 1.5 लाख वोटर का इंफॉर्मेशन सार्वजनिक कर दिया जाए?
The question is, when you did that special summary revision of votes in January, why couldn't you figure out that there were so many people either dead or they should not be in that voting list? So obviously you are acknowledging that you, the Election Commission of India, you didn't do your job properly. Now, you are telling, first you don't mention Rahul Gandhi by name. So several people asked, when they ask questions, they mentioned Rahul Gandhi by name. And Rahul Gandhi had this press conference about 11 days ago. That's not it. He kept saying the person who's put a PPT, a PowerPoint presentation. But what the Congress at least interprets Gyanesh Kumar, the Chief Election Commissioner's statement, is that it's like a veiled threat. It's like a threat saying you file an affidavit in 7 days or apologize to the nation. Then the question arises that similar allegations were made by the former Information and Broadcasting Minister, Anurag Thakur. He made several allegations about the voter list in Raebareli, Uttar Pradesh, in Wayanad, in Kerala. So the question, are you also going to ask him to apologize before the nation?
Now India Bloc is considering an impeachment motion, Paranjoy, against the chief election. This is really going far now.
No, this is unprecedented. Too many things are happening which has never happened before. Yes, there have been attempts, unsuccessful attempts, to impeach judges of the Supreme Court, judges of the High Court. I'm not getting into that. For the first time, you had an attempt to impeach the Vice President of India, Jagdeep Dhankar, who has suddenly disappeared from public sight. We don't know why. Even today, there are different theories. There is speculation as to why he put in his papers as the Vice President of India, as the head, as the chairperson of the upper house of parliament, the Rajya Sabha. So we don't know. If something like this happens, it's never happened before. That's the only point I want to make. If an attempt is made to impeach the Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. Gyanesh Kumar, it will be unprecedented. Just as Sunday's press conference was unprecedented. He became the Chief Election Commissioner on the 19th of February 2025. It's not that Chief Election Commissioners in the past have not answered questions. They've had press conferences while announcing the dates of elections.
This is his very first one since he took over as CEC.
Why? And is it a coincidence that the press conference took place on a Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock at the same time that Rahul Gandhi and Tejaswi Yadav and other opposition leaders like Dipankar Bhattacharya had begun their journey? And their slogan is their allegations are. The allegations they're making is vote chor, gaddi chor, that you've stolen the vote, so you leave your seat. What happens, we'll have to wait and watch. But the entire matter, including this whole dispute, including the way the CEC has acted or behaved, the entire matter has gone a little beyond the law of the land. In the fine print of the Representation of the People Act, the conduct of election rules, what election affidavit should be given, who is eligible to give it, under oath or without oath, what is the timeline, what is the cutoff date, all these things are now, in a sense, what we are now going to see is a politicization of the entire controversy. It's all become now politics. And we have to wait and watch.
But in terms of specifics, we also had Mr. Prashant Kishore raise a few important questions. He's asking, why can't you upload digital data? There is a very important part that he raises. Let's listen.
आप डिजिटल डेटा क्यों नहीं अपलोड कर सकते हैं? डिजिटल डेटा क्यों नहीं अपलोड कर सकते हैं? ये प्राइवेसी का मामला बनाकर इलेक्शन कमीशन लोगों को बेवकूफ़ बनाने की कोशिश कर रहा है। आप बताइए कि फॉर्म 20 का डेटा, फॉर्म 19 का डेटा, फॉर्म 6 का डेटा अगर आप ऑनलाइन जारी करेंगे, उससे क्या प्राइवेसी का मामला हो जाएगा? भाई, वोटर लिस्ट तो उपलब्ध है ही ना पब्लिक डोमेन में, कौन कौन वोटर है ये तो पता ही है। उसको अगर आप मशीन रीडेबल फॉर्म में कर देंगे तो उससे क्या प्राइवेसी कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ हो जाएगी? अगर आपकी जानकारी पब्लिक के बारे में नहीं है कि फलाने व्यक्ति वोटर हैं या नहीं हैं, तो जानकारी देने में प्राइवेसी का मामला होगा ना। यहाँ पर तो आपने जानकारी दी है, लेकिन एक ऐसे फॉर्म में दी है जिससे कि उसको एनालाइज करने में, फॉलो करने में लोगों को दिक्कत हो रही है। अगर आप उसको डिजिटल फॉर्म में, मशीन रीडेबल फॉर्म में दे देंगे तो जो जानकारी उपलब्ध है उसको देखने समझने की क्षमता बढ़ जाएगी।
So basically what Mr. Kishore is saying there is that there is no privacy issue here. That's a smoke screen. How do you explain this?
No, I do agree with what he said. One of the questions that I asked Mr. Gyanesh Kumar at Sunday's press conference was that, why did you not make these machine readable or machine searchable voter lists available? You only did it after the Supreme Court ordered you to do that. Mr. Gyanesh Kumar made a big technical point about what is machine readable versus what is machine searchable. Look,
yeah, I heard that.
I mean, the point is simple. Why isn't this information made public? I mean, if you want to allege whatever allegation you make, wrong, right, is a separate matter. Why is it that from every single booth you have to download a form and scan the copy? And it's a very, very time-consuming, painful process. When Rahul Gandhi does something similar in the Mahadevpura Assembly constituency, he showed that pile of papers. It's about 7 foot or 7.5 feet tall. Now, one other point on privacy. This question about why the data which is there in the CCTV footage, the closed circuit television footage, was not going to be disclosed after 45 days. Gyanesh Kumar ji, the Chief Election Commissioner, said this might be a violation or a breach of the privacy of the voter. And he mentioned Apna Ma, Apna Behan, your mother, your sister, would you like to show their picture? I have a different question. When you go to vote, that's a public space. The polling booth, the booth is a public space. It's not as if somebody has entered your bedroom or somebody has entered your bathroom and taking pictures. No. So I am not very, very convinced by Mr. Gyanesh Kumar's explanation about alleged violation of privacy. I have one more point to make, if you'll give me. You give a whole list of 11 documents that you had to prove that you are a voter and that you're a citizen. It's a separate matter that the job of determining who is a citizen, who's not a citizen, who's a foreigner, who's not an infiltrator is not that of the Election Commission of India. It is the Ministry of Home Affairs. That's a separate matter. But the question is, when you had a whole bunch of these 11 documents, your birth certificate, your father's birth certificate. I mean, most poor people in Bihar and elsewhere don't have these documents. I don't have my birth certificate. I only have my school leaving.
I'm coming to your question on SIR, which you also addressed with the Chief Election Commissioner.
I'll take just half a minute. It was only because of the Supreme Court's judgment, the order. By the way, it's an interim order. The Supreme Court is going to continue hearing the dispute. But the point is, you then say, yes, you can show your Aadhaar card. So if your name is not on the voter list and you want to say that, okay, you can show the Aadhaar card. Now, why was this not done earlier? Why Aadhaar? Why not EPIC, the electoral photo identity card? Why not your job card under the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program? Why not your ration card, your PDF? So all of this, in my opinion, I see these as sort of reactions coming from Nirvachan Sadan, from the Election Commission of India, after the Supreme Court's order.
So then, as you mentioned, Rahul Gandhi is now on the 16-day voter adhikar yatra. where he has again accused the Election Commission of stealing elections in collusion with the BJP. And in the context of Bihar, it's important. This is Rahul Gandhi speaking in Bihar earlier. Let's listen.
इलेक्शन कमीशन से कहा, उनको कहा हमें वीडियोग्राफी दिखाओ, इलेक्शन कमीशन ने मना कर दिया। उसके बाद हमने इंक्वायरी शुरू की। कर्नाटक में एक लोकसभा एक विधानसभा में हमने इंक्वायरी शुरू की, सारे के सारे रिकॉर्ड निकाले और एक रिकॉर्ड को दूसरे रिकॉर्ड से कंपेयर किया। भाई और बहनों, पता लगा कि एक विधानसभा में 1 लाख से ज्यादा वोट चोरी हुए और इन वोटों के कारण लोकसभा की सीट कर्नाटक में बीजेपी जीती। हमने ये प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में कहा, इलेक्शन कमीशन ने मुझसे एफिडेविट मांगा और किसी से एफिडेविट नहीं मांगा। कुछ दिन पहले बीजेपी के लोग प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करते हैं, उनसे कोई एफिडेविट नहीं मांगा, मुझसे एफिडेविट मांगा। कहते हैं कि आप एफिडेविट दो कि आपने जो हमें कहा, आपने जो डेटा रखा है वो सही है। उन्हीं का डेटा है, उन्हीं के आंकड़े हैं, मुझसे एफिडेविट मांगे हैं।
So that is one of the points Rahul Gandhi is making very emphatically, that Anurag Thakur or Amit Malviya, they do not need to do this bit of, putting it under oaths, etc. Only Rahul Gandhi has been made. But in a concluding question, since you said, in your question to the CEC about why SIR is being done, isn't that a contradiction? Because the argument from that side is this is precisely the process we need to clean up the electoral rolls. So what's your problem against that?
No. Afrida, that's not the point. I said, why is it being done in a hurry? My question was, why is it being done in such a huge hurry? The reply was, we have to do it before the elections. I said, you did the summary revision in January. What were you doing all this while? Second point. Now, why are you doing it when the monsoon is at its peak, when floods are taking place in several parts of Bihar, including the district of Kosi, where villages are washed away? And then he does a bit of whataboutery. He goes back to 2003, 22 years ago, when they said they did a similar SIR, the Special Intensive Revision of Votes, during the monsoon period in July, August, 22 years ago. To me, it's classic case of whataboutery. The question is, you are today justifying your actions and using examples to show all these things. So I am not impressed. And let's see what the people of this country does. Let's see which voter list is finally valid or not. As the Chief Election Commissioner, Mr. Gyanesh Kumar said, there are about 2 weeks left. The final list will come out in early September. We have to wait and watch till then. We have to wait and watch what the Supreme Court has to say. We have to wait and watch what the political parties do, the movement towards impeachment. So there are many uncertainties, many imponderables.
Right. Thank you so much, Paranjoy. I appreciate you joining us and sharing your views with us. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.